What's good, y'all? I'm back at it with another video, and I am here to talk about the 200K account that I did finally acquire a few months ago. And now we're here trading phase 2 because we did end up completing phase 1. So in this video, I will be explaining how I traded phase 1 and showing a bunch of clips on TradersView that how I end up completing phase 1. Completing phase 1 wasn't the easiest thing, but I decided to use the same strategy I did have for the 100K account. Not trading strategy, I mean like executing the account strategy, executing the plan on how I want to actually trade this account strategy, which is literally just, it's the simplest thing. It's literally just trade with 1% and continuously try to make double or triple that, which is a 1 to 2, 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio, and that's literally it. The numbers are fun to use and fun to actually look at, but definitely looking at the percentages. So I have a bunch of TradersView clips and I'm going to show you that right now. We want to go back in time and see what happened yesterday. Yesterday I was sussed out about this setup due to the fact that it was very questionable. It was very interesting. It wasn't super questionable, but it was very interesting. So starting from the hour, we was basically on the hour. So starting from the hour, after price was kind of like at this point, I was like, okay, we can look at other time frames. Then we started on other time frames. So let's go back and put a candle. So after 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock had, I forgot 2 o'clock had a news event. 2 o'clock had a news event. So after that huge push, I did have a temporary trend line just like this, because that is absolutely needed in this situation, because it was 100% following something in the situation. So it did create this. After it validated it here, it kind of like definitely confirmed it one more time here, and then once price reacted just like that, it's exactly how I wanted to see the market. So on the 15-minute, as you can see, very valid on the smaller time frames. The smaller time frames honestly opened it up. The 5-minute opened it up very well, as you can see. So on the push, the retest. So after seeing this push, I was not convinced of nothing. I was convinced on the sell still, but I wanted to make sure it was valid. So I was looking at the, oh my gosh, yo, FOMO was kind of like, FOMO wasn't going crazy, but it was like irritating me. It was just that irritating feeling. You know what that feeling is. So I was looking at price just melt. I kept telling myself, bro, I gotta validate if this news is real or not. And you have to be okay with losing, not losing, but like not being able to take a trade, because in this situation, I don't really care. Like, I just want to know if it's real or not. Like, that's it. On the pocket of this area, as you can see, very valid in these situations. Even looking further left, very valid in these situations. I needed to see if it's just 100%. It was 100%, because that 5-minute most definitely validated that pocket. And then on top of that, it validated this trend line. And then on top of that, it kind of validated the sell. So I'm like, okay, that ticks all the boxes. How could we get in on the sell? Just get in, because like, if you put a limit here, you're gonna be like, oh, I wish I got in there. Bro, you got a wide no stop loss, which I did, which was 17 pips. Pretty cool. At first it was like here, and I'm like, yo, widen it up just a bit. So I'm so widen it 17 pips, being real with myself. I just needed, the 5-minute created a massive bearish engulfing off of the pocket area of interest, the original breakout structure. The 15-minute, I needed a follow-up bearish engulfing. The 30-minute, I needed a follow-up continuation to fill in the gap. The 1 hour, I needed a continuation to fill in this area. And then the 4 hour, I just needed continuation to the downside. But I just didn't want to be too greedy at this area. This area would have been good or bad. It clearly hit my TP to the T, and it just went about its day. Like, it was like, all right, cool. So this was a great trade. It is what it is. I did lower this. I did have a rigidly 17 pip stop loss, I believe so, like something like that. So it was a 1 to 3.7. My original TP area was here, but I was like, I don't want to be too greedy. We're just gonna put it there. And that was TP2, TP1, TP max in that situation. I just didn't want to be too greedy, man. I did not want to be too greedy. we had to run it back because price ended up wicking us out, and that wick out was due to the fact of one thing: the lack of data. If you look to the left, price got here, price reacted, did the same exact thing it did over here, boom, boom, and then it just kept doing the same exact thing, boom, 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 and then it just actually did something later. The lack of data caused it to do absolutely nothing for approximately 6 hours. So I'm like, okay, this is acceptable. Mind you, it looks acceptable in the lower time frames. Obviously, the 5 minute, it could just whoop-de-whoop and pull. So that's what I'm saying. It makes sense. It could most definitely do that on the 5 minute. It could most definitely do this, this type of movement on the 15 minute. But the higher time frame just looks goofy. There's nothing here. So let's go back, yada yada. You got that, okay. You got that as a support area, okay. That's exactly where I got in at. I was looking at the time. I'm like, this is not making any sense. But this is exactly where I got in at 4:45 on the close, and then as soon as that happened, price doji. I'm like, okay, hammerhead or whatever case is. I'm just like, of course it did that as support, and I got in too early. Then price was just playing. I'm like, okay, I'll let it do its thing, but I'm gonna watch it. As soon as I seen that, I'm like, I know it's the 5 minute, but price kept playing, and then it eventually hit my stop loss. I was like, fuck. So what am I supposed to be looking at then? I'll come back in the morning and see what makes sense. We had some good formation, and this is exactly where I woke up at 9 o'clock. I gave price the benefit of the doubt of allowing me to take a sell right here because of support right there. Temporary support, not support, temporary support. This is a body area. I use the body area as a pocket in this situation, even though off of this move it would make sense for this to play out rather than this to play out for the continuation to the downside. So this is what I did. I ended up taking a sell right here on the slight fall on just like some type of formation. Price gave me something, pushed right up. Dojied, did nothing. Same thing. Price did nothing. Pushing up slightly. Price pushing up slightly. We had news at 10 o'clock. Price did absolutely nothing besides manipulate. Did nothing. It came close to my stop loss multiple times. I moved it up slightly, and I mean slightly. It ended up being like 2,500 total risk on the big account, or like 3,000, and then 1,200 on the 100K account, which was normal. That was normal, right? So stop loss was like slightly above here. I do believe it was either that or just slightly above there. And then price actually finally had a disgusting push just randomly. It didn't even decide to do that on a regular time. It did it at 10:20. What the fuck is 10:20? So price had a push, a pullback, and a potential continuation load in. And then once it really had a continuation load in, it finally kicked in later. So once price finally got into this area of interest, I was at the gym. I was not looking at the charts, but I had my watch on, and it was just chilling after that. But once price got here, I was kind of concerned because I'm like, I really want price to shoot here, right? This is an area of interest where we could potentially pass that, and I'm gonna get to that in a minute. This is an area of interest we could potentially pass that. So let's go back to the 5 minute. Price was just doing his thing, doing normal shit. This was the exact. I wasn't expecting all of this. This is just disgusting. But I was expecting this type of movements earlier. I was expecting this here. I was expecting that here rather than 6 hours later. I was not expecting that 6 hours later. But price ended up doing that, and that was. So at this point in the challenge, we are currently up around $14,500. So now all we really need is the last push, which is $1,500. Enjoy. Stop loss at 27.2. It's at 19. So we'll just watch this one for our account.
should be an easy continuation sound.
Made this easy. We are $1,000 away from finally beating this fucking challenge, bro. Come on, make this easy. 750. We need 1,000. Let's push it. Wait, hold on. I'm trying to get the chart up. I'm trying to get the chart up. Holy. Oh my God, it's pushing. Oh my God, it's pushing. Oh my God, I'm trying to get the chart on my screen. I'm about to do it live. Oh, we did it. We did it. We did it. So those were all the clips, and maybe in a different separate video, I might explain a little more further in detail how I go about with these accounts, starting from the smallest one, which is probably $5,000 funded accounts, all the way up to 300K account, which I haven't touched 300K accounts, so I can't really specifically talk about that with experience, but I do know I will be implementing the same exact way, which is literally trading 1% to potentially make 3%, which is a 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio. Other than that, it keeps me entertained on trading the account, and I definitely love bigger numbers, so definitely trading bigger numbers definitely keeps me entertained. And that's really all I have to say. And I'm not too big on like going on YouTube and talking about, you know, well, I used to, because obviously that was the hype, but talking about, oh, this is my strategy, this strategy will make you a bunch of money. No, because there's so many videos out there. I don't see why I have to do it as well. But if y'all want that, let me know. I'm always down to take, have suggestions in the comment section below. Other than that, in the next video, which I am planning on it, I'm going to be probably doing a live withdrawal on the computer, just to show you guys what it looks like, and to potentially, obviously I'm documenting for myself as well, because this is my first real withdrawal, because my other withdrawal, as you know, was an infamous XOXO amount of money, because I'm not going to spoil it on here, but we're still making money and we're still doing the best we possibly can. And I'm going to try my hardest to pass phase 2 either this month before Christmas, or we'll just wait until next year. So if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new. As we know, most of y'all are new, so hit that subscribe button for me, and I'll see you guys in the next video.